The Hindus say, Nada Brahma, one translation of which is the world is sound. And in a way, that's true, because everything is vibrating. In fact, all of you, as you sit here right now, are vibrating. Every part of your body is vibrating at different frequencies. So you are in fact a chord, each of you an individual chord. One definition of health may be that chord is in complete harmony. Your ears cannot hear that chord. They can hear amazing things. Your ears can hear 10 octaves. Incidentally, we see just 1 octave. Your ears are always on. They have no earlids. They work even when you sleep. The smallest sound you can perceive moves for eardrum just for atomic diameters. The loudest sound you can hear is a trillion times more powerful than that. Ears are made not for hearing but for listening. Listening is an active skill, whereas hearing is a passive. Listening is something that we have to work at each relationship with sound, and yet it's a skill that none of us are taught. For example, have you ever considered that there are listening positions, place for listening from? Here are two of them. Productive listening is listening for. It reduces everything that what's relevant and it discards everything that's not relevant. Men typically listen reductively, so he's saying, I've got this problem. He's saying, here's your solutions. Thanks very much. Next. And that's the way we talk, right, guys? Expansive listening, on the other hand, is listening with not listening for. It's got no destination in mind. It's just enjoying the journey. Women typically are expansive listening. Look at these two. Eye contact, facing each other, probably both talking at the same time. Man, if you get nothing out of this talk, you can practice expansive listening and you can transform your relationship. The trouble with listening is that so much what we hear is noise, surrounding us all the time. Noise like this, according to the European Union, it's reducing the health and the quality of life 25% of the population of Europe. 2% of the population of Europe is 16 million people are having sleep devastated by noise like that. Noise kills 200,000 people a year in Europe. It's a really big problem. Now, when you were little, if you had noise and you didn't want to hear it, you stick your fingers in your ears and hum. This day, you can do a similar things. It's just like a bit cooler. It look a bit like this. The trouble with widespread headphone is it brings three really big health issues. The first really big health issues is a word that Murray Schafer coined, schizophrenia. It's a dislocation between what you see and what you hear. So, we're inviting into our lives the voices of people who are not present with us. I think there is something deeply unhealthy living all the time in schizophrenia. The second problems that come with headphone abuse is compressions. We squash music to fit it into our pocket, and there is a cost attached to this. Listen to this. This is an uncompressed piece of music. And now the same piece of music with 98% of the data removed. I do hope that some of you at least can hear the difference between those two. There is a cause of compressions. It makes you tired and irritable to have to make up all that data. You're having to imagine it. It's not good for you in the long run. The third problem with headphones is this: deafness. Noise-induced hearing disorder. 10 million Americans already have this for one reason or another. But really worryingly, 16% roughly 1 in 6 of American teenagers suffer from noise-induced hearing disorder. As a result of headphone abuse, one study at an American university found that 61% of college freshmen had damaged hearing as a result of headphone abuse. We may be raising an entire generation of deaf people. Now that's a really serious problem. I'll give you 3 quick tips to protect your ears and pass this on to your children, please. Professional protectors are great. I use some all the time. If you're going to use headphones, buy the best ones you can afford, because quality means you don't have to have it so loud. If you cannot hear somebody talking to you in a loud voice, it's too loud. And thirdly, if you're in bad sounds, it's fine to put your fingers in your ears or just move away from it. Protect your ears in that way. Let's move away from bad sounds and look at some friends that I urge you to seek out. WWB, Wind, Water, Birds. It's so stochastic natural sounds composed of a lot of individual random events, all of it very healthy, all of it sound that we evolved to over the years. Seek those sounds out, they are good for you, and so is this. Silence is beautiful. The Elizabethan described language as decorate silence. I urge you to move away from silence with intention and to design soundscapes. Just like works of art have a foreground and a background, all in beautiful proportions. It's fun to get into designing with sound. If you cannot do it yourself, get a professional to do it for you. Sound design is the future, and I think it's the way we're going to change the way the world sounds. I'm going to run quickly through 8 modalities, 8 ways sound can improve health. First is ultrasound. We're very familiar with it from physical therapies. It's also now being used to treat cancer. Lithoscopy, saving thousands of people a year from the scalpel by pulverizing stone with high-intensity sound. Sound healing is a wonderful modality. It's been around for thousands of years. I do urge you to explore this. There are great things being done there, treating now autism, dementia, and other conditions. And music. Of course, just listening to music is good for you. If it's music that's made with good intentions, made with love. Generally, devotional music goods, Mozart goods, there are all sorts of type of music that are very healthy. And fourth modalities where you need to take some action and get involved. First of all, listen consciously. I hope that after this talk you will be doing that. It's a whole new dimension to your life, and it's wonderful to have that dimensions. Secondly, get in touch with making sound, street sound. The voice is the instrument we all play, and yet, how many of us are trained in using our voice? Get trained. Learn to sing, learn to play an instrument. Musicians have bigger brains. It's true. You can do this in groups as well. It's a fantastic antidote to schizophrenia, to make music and sound in a group of people, whichever style you enjoy particularly. And let's take a stewarding role for the sounds around us. Protect your ears. Yes, absolutely. Design soundscape to be beautiful around you at home and at work. And let's start to speak up when people are assailing with us the noise that I play you early on. So I am going to leave you 7 things you can do right now to improve your health with sound. My vision is of a world that sounds beautiful, and if we all start doing these things, we will take a very big step in that direction. So I urge you to take that path. I'm leaving you with a little more bird song, which is very good for you. I wish you sound health.